How's it going, everybody? So Matthew 24, continuing, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels, nor the heaven, but my Father only. But as in the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. And in the days of Noah, in Genesis 6, 1 through 8, Genesis 6, 1 through 9. Genesis 6, 1 through 9, King James Version, Bible Gateway. Guess they're just not wanting to play ball today. Sons of God were fallen angels. Daughters of men were human women. They were mating. There were giants on the earth. They were called the Nephilim, also known as men of renown. Okay. So much wickedness. That's what the flood was for. Noah was perfect in his generations, it says, because his bloodline was not mixed with the fallen angels. And that's what'll be happening again, like we've been telling you, is that the fallen angels will be mixing. They will be using the human body as an avatar. That is your iron mixing with clay. In Daniel 2:43. Whereas you saw the iron mixed with the miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave to one another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. The human host will die off. And they showed you that in the movie Venom, the original. But as for in those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving each other in marriage until that day Noah entered into the ark and knew not until the floods came and took them away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. In other words, it'll be a surprise to them that dwell on the earth. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not the hour the Lord cometh. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known to watch out for the thief, he would have watched, and he would not have suffered the house being broken into. Therefore, ye also ready, for as much as an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is faithful and wise servant, whom the Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season. This is all very symbolic. The Lord calls his sheep out of the world. They will know, the goats will not. So this is sort of written in a parabolistic sense. All of it, two in the field, every bit of it. Don't take any of that literal. That is more of a parable in a big hurry. So I'm sorry, I'm really skipping through or rapidly moving through this. Revelation 15. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled the wrath of God. So once again, the 7 is the number for cleansing. And we know that per 2 Kings 5:14. They were told to dip themselves 7 times in the Jordan by God, and their flesh became like a little child, and their flesh was clean. 7 is the number for cleansing. That's why the book of Revelation has 7 letters to 7 churches, because the church divided into 7, because the church is about to go through the great tribulation. I mean, according to Daniel 11:35, that's what washes their robes in blood and then makes their robes white, or they're allowed to have the white robes because they have been washed in blood. And we know from Acts 14:22 that we all must suffer tribulation to enter the kingdom, all sheep, that is. So it's the cleansing of the earth, and that's what God's now doing, just like it kind of was in the days of Noah. God had to cleanse the earth with a flood. Now God is cleansing the earth through this trumpet and bold judgment, his wrath, these plagues. And I saw as it were sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. And they sang the song of Moses, the servant of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord God Almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? For thou only art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee. For thy judgments are made manifest. After that I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was open. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure white linen, and having their breast girded with golden girdles. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden vials, full of the wrath of God, who liveth forever and ever. And the temple was filled with the smoke of the glory of God, and from his power, and no man was able to enter into the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled. Love you very much. Ask questions anytime, folks. That's what I'm here for.